Good morning, David Levy with Football Reporters Online, and today is the inaugural Fantasy Football Fest at the Atlantic City Convention Center in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Now this is the inaugural Fantasy Football Fest. Not only is there going to be fantasy football and even football stars like Lawrence Taylor, Michael Vick, LaShawn McCoy, Otis Anderson, and you know, there's too many to name, but it's very interactive. There's a punting competition, there's a kicking competition, you could pass a football, you could do your draft right here on site, you could watch the Eagles cheerleaders do their competition, you could even ask fantasy experts if what you're going to be doing in the draft is the right thing for your fantasy league. You know, they're expecting a lot of people to come to this event this weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday, but unfortunately you'll only be able to meet Michael Vick today on Saturday, so if you're not here and you're coming Sunday, I'm sorry. But as you can see, next to me is a really giant fat head. Now, I don't mean it's a really big person with a Mardi Gras float for a head, but as you can see, we've got Eli Manning and the company Fathead is here as well, hawking their wares. If I had a true fathead standing next to me, I'm sure Chad Johnson would have flown in last night. He'd be standing next to me trying to push his Twitter account because nobody else is trying to contact him at the moment. But let's head inside, see what the action is like, and how good the food is. So, what brings you guys to this weekend's the first annual Fantasy Football Fest?
Definitely want to check it out. You know, that's. A lot of good analysts. Yeah.
Do it for 10 years of fantasy football.
Do it for 10 years. Have everyone here at one place is a pretty cool experience.
Yeah. So you've been doing it for 10 years. Have you won?
I've won. Yeah.
I've won one.
He hasn't.
Not yet. Maybe for the championship.
Well, you're a Jets fan. That's why you haven't won yet.
It
makes sense.
So I'm fine.
He's new at it. I remember.
Yeah. I've had the team for like 3 years.
Okay.
Missed the playoffs first year, got the playoffs second year, last year championship game.
Oh, nice.
Big things coming this year.
What do you think you guys can take away from this that you haven't done with fantasy yet?
Well, our draft is tomorrow, which is nice. So hopefully, you know, a couple of sleepers and maybe some ideas further down the line how to make our league better for the next 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Even though he's going to be here, Michael Vick, I still got to ask you guys because it's fantasy.
Yeah.
Drew Brees or Michael Vick?
Drew Brees.
It's a health issue.
Michael Vick took me to the promised land, so I'm a little
You know what? I like Michael Vick. I like him as a fantasy player. He racks up the yards, rushing yards, and everything. But you got he's had one full healthy season.
Michael Vick, I'll take it.
Yeah, he's had one fully healthy season, so you just can't rely on him.
Hi, what's your name?
Josh.
Josh from where?
New York.
Josh from New York. And what is your name?
Jim. New Jersey.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, no. And how about you?
Buffalo Bills.
Well, you guys should know a lot about this person. What school did Brian Dawkins attend? College. Multiple choice? Okay, is it A, Penn State University? Is it B, Clemson University? Is it C, Drexel University? Clemson is the correct answer. Thanks, guys.
As you can see, they are going to have gaming tournaments set up, and probably one of the best games in football gaming history, Super Tecmo Bowl for the original Nintendo system. I'm glad nobody's around to watch because I plan on taking this. This thing goes up on eBay. I'll be able to pay for another PS3. I know my wife is not going to like that, but hey, this is coming home with me. Who wants to play? Anybody? So what time did you guys get here to set up your living room?
Oh my God! Not early enough, man.
Now I got a quick question. After this, after what happened this past week, is there any chance that there's going to be a Chad Johnson fathead the size of a Mardi Gras float? Okay.
And I think he actually has to be employed by the NFL for us to do one.
Oh.
If he has no contract, that's it.
Yeah.
You had to start a quarterback. What do you think?
Excuse me?
You had to start one of your quarterbacks. What do you think?
Chad Pennington. No, I see. I'm the type of person that's like, look, might look good on paper. Season hasn't started yet. When you got two guys and everybody's trying to hype it up the way they are, right. I'm sorry. Let's see what they do on the field.
Let's let them get a little dirty first.
Exactly. Right? Exactly.
Whoever plays the best gets the job.
What is your name?
Jim.
Where are you from?
Well, Mays Landing.
Okay. And what is your name?
Anthony.
And where are you from?
Tom's River, New Jersey.
Okie dokie. Alright. So, in 2010, Michael Vick scored 49 fantasy points. Which game was it with?
Giants. Redskins.
And you are correct, sir. Thank you so much. And you're fantasy football. Great job.
I'm sitting alongside Howard Cross of the New York Giants. You have to forgive me. I don't think you can hear me up there. This is the first annual Fantasy Football Fest. How does it feel as a player to come to a fantasy football, fest like this?
Pretty cool, fantasy football actually allows, the casual fans, the people who don't really follow teams to get involved in the game. It brings all facets of people in. It brings women in. It brings kids in. It kind of really promotes the game itself, especially football. And NFL's always trying to constantly find ways to bring more people, more eyes to assess. This is how it's being done with fantasy football.
Do you play fantasy football at all? Do you have any teams?
I play a little fantasy football, a little fantasy basketball, and a little fantasy golf. So I get involved with a few things. Yes.
Now, I'm not going to say anything. We'll keep this between us. There's a Did you draft Eli Manning first, or who's your #1 quarterback in your draft? I won't say anything to anybody.
If you're going to draft a quarterback and you're going with somebody #1, you probably go with Aaron Rodgers. He puts up the most numbers. #2, you go with Matthew Stafford. He's got Robotron and Megatron, whatever they call him. He throws the ball that guy all the time. Then after that, you know, this year, Breeze, I like to think he'd be good, but he's going to have a tough year with the coach not being there and half of the defense not being there. Then it comes like Eli. Then the next guy after that, after Eli, would probably be Alex down in Atlanta. He has two really good receivers, and for some reason they decided that running the ball is the most Atlanta. There was nothing of a way to get the sales. They were giving Smith right. Matt, I don't know what Matt. We like him, but if you run it, you win. If you throw it a lot, you throw interceptions eventually. Even with those receivers,
Now, considering we're in preseason, how do you feel the Giants are looking in mid-preseason form at this moment?
Offensively, they look great. Defensively, they're struggling still. That whole Terrell Thomas, they're really counting him to play cornerback. And Prince Amukamara, good guy, but really struggles with coverage. So they got to find somebody who's going to step up later off corner versus Corey Webster. That will also allow safety to get out of the slot. They're having problems with that, putting safety down the slot. They need 3 cornerbacks. Right now they have 1.
So pretty much going into tonight's game versus the Jets, this is pretty much a good telltale sign of what they're going to need to do for the rest of the preseason?
Absolutely not. The Jets, God forbid, they're struggling. They don't have a lot of guys, you know. They just don't have a lot of guys right now. They don't have a lot of guys explosive on offense. We covered Keller. That's Tony Holmes not even play. So, and Marty said he was the second best receiver on the team. He's a cornerback. So they're going to be struggling from an offensive standpoint. They don't run the ball well. The offensive line's all banged up. Defense could try to show something, but they haven't done anything in the last couple of years. So Rex has got a lot on his hands.
Yeah, that's pretty strange, Cromartie as a wide receiver.
No, I mean, if you can run fast, the way the rules are set now, once you get past 5 yards, it's anybody's game.
That's true. Very true. So what do you feel is your score prediction for tonight?
I have no idea. If both teams play the first half, the Giants should score maybe 2 touchdowns in the first half. Outside of that, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. There are a lot of young guys, and both teams are going to be evaluated. Now, it's a lot more work to play in that generation of players. They don't practice much of this. You don't get a lot of live practice. You don't know what guys can do. If the first team get two halves of each shot, they really have to evaluate the young guys. And that's everywhere in the league, not just the guys.
Of course. It's only because we're in the New York area.
Yeah.
Appreciate the time you're able to give today. And like we were just talking about the Jets.
Right.
And you've got Mark Sanchez up there.
Sure
I'm assuming you do have a Tim Tebow fathead.
We don't have him in uniform yet.
Oh, you
waiting.
don't?
As soon as I'm sure they're practicing, so we'll have one soon. Definitely, and he'll go up on the website. And
is there a demand for the Tim Tebow fathead?
Incredible.
Really?
We sold so many of him in his old uniform that we can't wait. I mean, it's going to be great drama. I mean, wow. I love the QB matchup that's going on in New York. It's going to be, and when we get the Tebow,
lock us into your channel presets and favorites.
There'll be a comparison on who's selling more, and I think it's going to be Tebow.
Right.
On your radio, online, and on your
What's the most popular fathead you guys have out there?
It depends on who's winning. So, Manning and the Giants. Football is king for us. Right. We've got over 500 licenses, thousands of products. Football, the NFL is our biggest license. And the winning team, the winning quarterback, the people who win it all, who play well all season, they're the ones who come like top 10 sellers throughout the entire season. it's fun to watch. Somebody has a breakout game, their fathead goes up, and if they don't have a fathead, we make a fathead.
Wow. So is there a fathead that's been sitting around collecting dust that you guys wish you would sell?
We get really creative with our pricing when somebody gets traded or somebody has an unfortunate incident. We'll drop the price down and people will have to figure it out. Jeremy Lin, perfect example, when he got traded.
Right.
We came up with a number, it was 1740 or something like that. And, it was the year Harvard was found, and we blew through them.
Wow.
We cleaned out. So we don't let anything sit. We'll drop the price, make it really fun, and get them out of there. We have a company by the name of Fathead. What else can we do?
Exactly.
What is your name? Christine. Where are you from? New Jersey. Around this area? Or? Oh, yeah, Brigantine. Okay. And then we have, looks like a Miami Dolphins. It's for a jersey. I think a Michael Vick or McCoy jersey. So you need to get it. It's wearing. What's your name?
Eric.
Where are you from?
New York.
Okay. Whose question is this? Lauren? Alright, this is for a jersey. Lauren, what is your question?
Okay. The first jersey, will make it a little easier. The NFL changed colors for the penalty flag. It went from white to what color?
Yellow.
That's correct. Yellow is the correct answer.
I'm standing alongside Giants great Briscoe.
Giants?
Giants? I had to say that. I had to say that. I had to say that.
Let me show you why I suck at this.
Okay, that didn't suck. Perry, you're throwing the ball like this. You're going to take Eli's place or what?
I don't know. I doubt that very soon. I can be the water boy. That's about all I can do. I played against Eli's father. I played against Archie Manning. His last 2 years in the NFL was my first 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So that's how far I go back.
So, just a quick question then. I mean, considering we're in the preseason, former Giant, how do you think the Giants are looking so far to date?
Well, I hadn't really had a chance to see them or practice or watch them on TV or anything for practice film, but I understand they're doing pretty good right now. So my goal and objective is for them to win again. Tom Coughlin was a wide receiver coach when I was playing.
Oh, wow.
So Mike Pope was the defensive back coach, which was my coach when I was playing night tight end coach. So I root for both of those guys.
How about tonight?
Tonight, Giants, baby, always.
I'm a Jets fan. I have to ask.
Hey, they got to have fans too. Not everybody can be a Giant.
That's right.
You ready?
I am standing alongside New York Giant great and Super Bowl champion Otis Anderson. Otis, it's a pleasure to be standing alongside you today, even though I'm a New York Jets fan. I had to get that right off the bat. First question: how does it feel to be at the first annual, Fantasy Football Fest?
Like I mentioned earlier, it's a unique concept. What they tried to do for it, bringing in some celebrity players to be involved with some of the booths that they have there.
ESA is here.
So the concept is still something that had to be caught on to. But I understand what they're trying to do.
Do you do fantasy football?
I try. I say if I had to be in it, I'd be a commissioner, something like that. But it's just so much that these guys take into consideration for fantasy football. It's like playing football, it's supposed to turn out and all that kind of stuff. And you see how big it is and how concerned individuals are about the draft and selected players for the team. I find it unique and amazing.
Would you draft Eli Manning first?
Not even be close. Not even a thought.
Okay. Have to ask. You never know with fantasy, and you're a Giant.
Couldn't go against no one. This man is a proven winner, two-time Super Bowl MVP champion. How can you not go with him?
Well, how would you compare, this previous Giants championship to the Giants championship you guys won to the team?
Well, I think comparison would beat their butt. Like the Dream Team talk about this team that they played in the Olympics. Anytime, suit them up, But if you put our stats and their stats together, and you put the first Super Bowl 21 stats up, you would see that Super Bowl 21 to 25 probably one of the better two Super Bowl teams that has won championship in the Giants history.
It's a good point. Anybody knows anything about stats, I'm sure you'd be one of the men to talk to about that. Now, considering we're in preseason, how did the Giants look in preseason form, in your opinion?
You know what? Preseason is exactly what it is. It's just a chance to evaluate talent, to look at some of the draftees that you brought on your team. I don't put a whole lot into preseason, especially the first two games. Toward the end of it, when you try to work on timing, and at that point in time, you got a general idea of who you want on your team, and just putting them in a game type situation to see what they can do under somewhat of a stress situation. So you look at it like that, but I don't give a whole lot to preseason. It's just evaluation.
Tonight's Jets versus Giants. I mean, the little credo there for the preseason. I mean, it's bragging rights and everything. How do you think the game is going to fare for the Giants?
Well, I look at it this way: when it counted, who won? That's all you gotta look at. Giants. When it counted, who won? We don't feel like it.
Well, that's why I'm biting my tongue right now. I can't say anything at this moment. I can't say anything.
You know what? I think it's great for the fans, something to talk about. I mean, again, Eli may play, a quarter and a half, if that long, maybe some of the running back, but they're going to take him out right away and start looking at other people. Because you know what you have with your first unit, and all you want to do is work on timing and execution of some of the things that you're trying to do. You got a lot of plays that you ran last year that were successful, some that weren't. You want to know why, so you can try to re-scheme it and see what happens against a formidable team. So, it should be interesting, but we're not going to take a lot of credit trying to win it. If we win it, we win it, but it'll be with the third, fourth unit that does. But what we try to do is get in, get our starters some work, some game type of situation, because a lot of times at training camp you don't make that many tackles and you can hit that off, and so, especially now it's country club, so they really don't do a whole lot. But they start to get back into the football field.
Considering we're in Philly territory.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, it's amazing. Jets fan, Giants player, and we're here in enemy territory.
I know. I actually took a picture with an Eagle fan. I couldn't believe it. I said, it's the first time I've been about an Eagle fan and didn't feel like I was going to be hit. He had an Eagle uniform on. Every time I think of that, I think of an Eagle player. They always, So I said, you guys must be getting it. Fans are starting to realize that it's just a game. He started laughing. So, but you can understand the craziness that goes on with fans who love the team. And it just so happened that the Raiders are another organization that fans are crazy about them. And now you got you guys know different. Your generation is different. Which is interesting because with the Jets, you have a more younger clientele, and
Right.
And then when you look at the Giants, we more middle class and laid back. So that's what you look at. That's what you're doing. So it should be interesting.
As long as the fans are nice to you down here, it's a good day for you. I guess that's all that matters.